Morning students, I'm going to present my screen. Before that, I would like to tell you that it has got uh, one complication. That is what the recording which I have started today. It could go to the drive of any one of yours. So please make sure because it's not. I don't think so that today it will come to me because the students, two of the students have started earlier. So it's quite possible that it would go into your drive. So you would get the message in your Gmail that a recording it has been saved in your drive. So kindly, whenever you will receive that, so please send me the same on my ID that is rakesh.kumar@ggi.ac.in so that I can put it into your Google Classroom for the whole of the class. So whosoever will get it into your Gmail, kindly send me the same so I can download it. If you'll have the rights to make me the editor as well of that video when I'll open it so I can share it with you. Thank you. So let's start the class. So we were studying punctuation marks. So we have to start with the colon. They're saying this punctuation mark primarily follows an independent clauses with more information that expands on the original clause. Columns have many applications in written language. For example, they can be used. These are the different categories or the situations in which you can use the colon over here. The mark is two dots to separate a title from a subtitle. So there is a title and you want to give a subtitle to that. So in that case, you can use colon over there. For example, they have given the space race. So it's a title and you want to give a subtitle to it. So you applied a colon over there from Sputnik to SpaceX. So that is the Russian, you can see that the satellite which went into the space. Even the medicine of Corona which they made, the Russians, they have given the same name as Sputnik. So, but here, what we have to learn that is that how we can apply colon into the sentence. In the second situation, they are saying to explain a subject. For example, this is how to mix the batter for better results. Colon first you. So they are just trying to tell that which is the subject over here. So in that case, they are just trying to. You have written a one line over there. Then after colon, you explain that whom you want to say. First, you. To describe a situation. There are two alternatives to this approach. Assemble the parts first and then paint them or paint all the parts of the factory. So to describe a situation, there are two alternatives to this approach. So this is what they're trying to say. What is the how this could be done? So they have explained it, and before you explain, you have to apply, or you can apply. I can say the colon sign before a definition. Here's what triple X means. Then explanation goes here. So this is what they are saying. Like this is something you have written down. For example, it is ASAP, as soon as possible. So you wrote over here, then you put the colon over there, then you explain as soon as possible. To create a list of items. This recipe requires colon, 3 eggs, butter, flour. So this is what they're trying to tell that if you want to list items, before that you can apply colon over there. For literary references in some religious texts, in some of the religious texts, they're saying like one colon two, so this can also be used, the colon over there. To highlight statements made by characters in literary works. Example, to all of you, colon, I never said that. So that is the highlighted statements. So in that case, they are saying it before you write down, you can make the mark of colon to make them of those statements. To separate hours, minutes or seconds. For example, 9:30, so they have written down or applied the column over here. 10:45, then 12 second, again they have applied column over here. After a salutation, like dear John, then you can apply column over there to express mathematical ratios. So these are some of the situations in which you can apply column. But in our reference, I could tell you that mostly where we apply column where we have to write down the list of items. I can say There we apply more of it, or we apply where we have to describe a situation, okay, something like that, or like separate title from a subtitle. These are the common ones. Other are of course it has got usage of applying those columns over there. But in our case, what we can do like two to three are the cases where we generally apply regularly or usually in columns. Then there is a sign of semicolon. The punctuation mark is primarily used to combine two independent clauses that are related into a single sentence. When the doctor saw the patient immediately, the slightest delay would have proven fatal. So, semicolon is the sign where we apply the dot and the comma, and this is called as semicolon. So, primarily they are saying when you have to use two independent clauses. So, in that case, we apply semicolon, not comma. Doctor saw the patient immediately. So that's one. Then you apply semicolon and it completed the another sentence. That is the slightest delay would have been proven fatal. So that is the second independent clause. They can also be used to separate items on a list that contain commas themselves. On this tour, we'll visit Belgrade, Serbia, Minsk, Belarus, Bucharest, Romania. So this is what they're saying. Like usually when you have to separate the list, we apply column over there. But they are saying it can be used to separate items on a list that contains commas themselves. So in that cases, when it has already the commas over there, what we can do, we can apply semicolon. So to explain more clearly, like visit Belgrade, comma Serbia. Then there is a semicolon Minsk, Belarus. Then semicolon and Bucharest, Romania. So these two are one set. So to avoid confusion, you can say Belgrade, Serbia, Minsk, Belarus, Bucharest, Romania. So these are some of the things. Semicolons create a kind of pause that is longer than the pause of comma but shorter than the pause of period at the end of the sentence. Then the next is quotation mark. Two commas, these quotation marks, they are saying that we apply to make words or a phrase within sentence term. The best approach is to ease into the spot slowly. So you want to stress on ease, you can put them into double quotation marks, which is also called as quotation marks. To highlight quotation, I wonder where the expression quotation money doesn't grow on trees come from. So they are just trying to tell that the importance of that quotation. This is how we highlight it with the help of the double quotation marks. To show dialogue in literary work, do I enter the room now? Whispered Simon. So whispered Simon does not have more importance. The important is goes, do I enter the room now? So you are wanting to know that I should go right now or not. To give stress on it, we have given the double quotation mark. To show the titles of books, movies, essays, songs, headlines, etc. For example, Art of Living. So when you write on the Art of Living, we can put a double quotation mark. Now the next is single quotation mark. This punctuation mark is used in small number of special circumstances. They say if there is a quotation within a quotation, the sign read column to swim in the then there is sentence within a sentence. You can say a quotation within a quotation. To swim in, then we have applied single quotation mark. Restricted area. You must always wear an approved quotation mark. So you try to see. First of all, there is a sign which is already has been written down because to show the importance of that line. But in that line, there is one specific thing which you again want to re-mention. So that is the restricted area. So that restricted area, you can make it with a single quotation mark. You started with the double quotation mark. In between a word it has come. To that word, you can apply a single quotation mark to give the more importance to that one particular word in the sentence. To denote technical terms in specialized fields, for example, the will are responsible for the absorption of nutrients in the small intestine. So that is the technical term of medical. They are saying it, that is belief. So they again put a quotation mark. The answer is same as I've already told you that when within one of the important sentence, you want to show the importance of one word, then you can apply what we call a single quotation mark. Then we have the brackets. Now there are a few different types of brackets. Usually we use the same kind of it. So they're trying to tell that every bracket it has got different meaning. Parentheses. The punctuation marks are used to add secondary context to the information in the sentence. For example, the main thruster, then you apply the bracket over there, which was designed to be expandable. Then bracket close was not recovered. The main thruster was not recovered. And what is that? What is that main thruster? Which was designed to be expandable. So you can put the brackets and these, kind of brackets. The normal brackets are known as parentheses. The second type of bracket is called as square brackets. To show parentheses within the parentheses. The study was published by the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineer, and we want to give the the short format. So you again applied a square bracket in it, IEEE, then you close it. Then you again applied the other brackets, which are the parentheses. So try to understand every bracket even has got a meaning. If you have written down one bracket and in between it you want to mention something, then you can use a square bracket. The context that has been altered from original. Example, she accused the hospital staff. So she accused the hospital of wrongdoing. So what she was wanting to accuse of, that was staff. So that staff was somehow placed in the square brackets. To show incorrect text in code through the use of the Latin term, example, sick, SIC example, she accused the sick of wrongdoing. So sick, you put it into the square. Similarly, of the single quotation mark, like that single quotation mark is written down to show one kind of importance in it. So here in the brackets, when you write on the square brackets, it is somehow to tell about something important inside of important. To show the phonetic pronunciation of a word, Kazakh, or that's what the actual language it has written of that country is a branch of the Turkish language that's spoken in Kazakhstan. So Kazakhstan, that's country now. They're saying there is a Turkish language that is spoken in Kazakhstan that is called as Kazakh. So when you want to write down in their own alphabets that how exactly they write it. So again you can put it into your square brackets. Curly brackets. The punctuation mark is used to show a list of equal choices. Choose a color. Then there is a curly bracket. It has got a curl in between of it, and you make a bracket as colors: red, green, yellow, blue. So you do not need to apply over here square brackets. We need to apply the curly brackets. So that is the we call the importance of those brackets. These are usually to choose a color. Angle brackets. This punctuation mark is very little used in a language, but the same like sometimes when we have to enter the something which is in the computer, especially like enter your account ID. So use those brackets, which are called as the brackets. Your email address goes here, then apply those brackets. So these are different punctuations which we are learning today. You can see it has got very good lesson today. We're trying to learn quotation marks, single level. We're trying to learn different brackets. Why do we use it? Something we have worked this into our mind, and then different kinds of brackets. Where do we use it? So today we have learned that we can use it. Now we have a hyphen. The punctuation mark is used to join words together. For example, you should hyphenate multiple words that are grouped together as a single modifier to a noun. This is a best in show category. So you apply hyphen over there. So hyphenate, why have hyphenate? Saying what you do when you try to group multiple words. There are multiple words which you're trying to put hyphen over there to give very importance to that particular sentence or word. Hyphenates multiple words indicating a period of time that are used together as a modifier to a noun. For example, that 30-year-old man is looking for work. So you want to give importance to 30-year-old. So you have separated with the hyphens so that it can easily be seen. Have made numerical fractions when spelled out, for example, two-third, three-quarters, etc. So you write down two, then hyphen, then third. So for this thing, um, to matter fractions, you can use a hyphen over there. Hyphenate family relationships, for example, she is John's great grandmother. Peter is Suzanne's brother-in-law. So great grandmother and brother-in-law will right? Hyphenate compound words to eliminate confusion. You should re-sign this check instead of you should resign or sorry, re-sign this check. So this is what we're trying to do here. Let's simply hyphenate compound words to eliminate confusion. So we have you know uh, the confusion of the word. So rather than you club that RESIG, such a the word for the sign. So instead of rewriting in a collaborative way, SIG, you can put hyphen in between of the D and the sign so that people will understand you should re-sign away. That's why you apply hyphen. So these are the usages of hyphen. And there are dashes over here. This is a good example for use of M dash along with in a dash family. Um, use of pair of M dashes is a good example of the use of M dashes. A useful punctuation mark to illustrate a sentence break. So it's longer than the hyphen. What do you call a dash? So these are some of the, we're just trying to learn minute information. But I'm not saying that these are useful, not useful. These are useful, but some are used very occasionally. Being engineers, we should know, at least some of the important ones. I don't say that you should not remember everything, but I'm just trying to tell you that importance of few of an hour more, so you can at least those you should not forget. N dash, that's another like 200 to 500 again, that with a longer sign, which we call longer than the hyphen, and that's called as a dash. He's a New York based photographer, so New York and base we have a dash. It's kind of a hyphen we can say. Slash, punctuation marks in use to denote numerical fractions, like we use for the dates, options, and or his her. You can use slashes. And then they're saying in poetry or proses lyrics, imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do, nothing to color die. So just trying to put a slash over the differentiate to denote abbreviations. Pair of it's plus C slash of and slash C if not applicable. So we know this thing, we use these counts, and that is how these are used. These are called as abbreviations. Backslash. Question marks is used strictly to code computer languages and has no use in running language. So first, as I've told you that it's a minute detail, but it doesn't mean that we have to use everything that's trying to carry the importance. Apostrophe. Punctuation marks is used to denote possessive forms. For example, John's baseball bat. Possessive. John's baseball bat. So it's the bat of John. Denote contracted forms. For example, don't. Again, they're trying to connect to not. So this is how we apply it. Denote abbreviated years. She was born in 82. Again, denote certain plurals. She was born in 60s. We're using apostrophe. Then ellipsis to add a pause in a speech. I think so. Dot 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 dot. Do you? So to or a pause to add a pause in a speech. To show an omission. As I was saying, the worst is finally behind us. So that dot 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 ellipsis are put over there when we want to use, we just want to give a hint to it. What does it mean? So that is omission. Or they're saying asterisk. That's another punctuation mark to refer readers to a footnote. This information was obtained from the 10K report. So that is a abbreviation to know the disclaimer exam restrictions apply, or if something is inappropriate and don't want to use or you want to write full of it, but you want to make the reader understand what it has been written. So you can use like first letter and last letter in between. You can put stars. So that would also be called as tricks, which is sometimes language is not appropriate to invite or call somebody directly. So what can you do? You can put those tricks. So conclusion is they are saying punctuation marks are symbols used to add clarity in order to obtain words. So as far as we have studied 20 punctuation marks, we can see there are some which are very useful. You can use it daily, day-to-day life in your drafts. But there are some which does not have the routine importance, but sometime when you write. So if you know these things, you can apply because when you have the information, you can apply. That is the end of the punctuation marks. So let's start up with the next. That is your what we call tense. That was we have done so far up to past continuous, right? So today we are discussing future continuous tense. So can anyone tell me what are the rules for the future continuous? You can write down in your chat box. Future continuous tense. You can write down if there's no problem in chat. Repeat. Write down in chat box. चैट बॉक्स में लिख दीजिए अगर आपको दिक्कत आ रही है चैट बॉक्स में लिख दीजिए ओके सुजय B plus ing okay only B plus ing or something else will be plus S so will be plus ing good and he will be verbs first form plus ing anyone else would like to add something to on its subjects plus will or shall plus be plus ing very good that's a complete answer to it subject plus will or shall, then plus be plus ing. That's perfectly fine. Yes, what about us? Any negatives? What will you reply? You reply, he will not be coming. Or he will be not me. So we reply not in between of will and be. So it will be will not plus be then you complete the sentence. He will not be coming today. And tomorrow something like that. So you can the sentence. In interrogative it will be will plus subject plus be. Will he be going something like that. So these are the different three uh, sentences we can make in affirmative, negative, and imperative. Okay, I'm gonna stop presenting because I need to see the exercises from it, so you can ask you a few questions on the spot. Let's do practice on it. In the meantime, Change it into a future continuous tense. Change that sentence into future continuous. He will be eating food, will be eating. Make it interrogative of it. Make interrogative the sentence. Will he be eating food? Very good. Amandeep, B, yes. Will he be eating food? Good. Will he not be eating food? Interrogative. Good, yes. Will he not be eating food? So that is interrogative. Good. Okay. Now change that into uh, present indefinite interrogative. Present indefinite interrogative. Good. That's right answer. Does he eat food? That is present indefinite interrogative. Very true answer. Now I'm going to put a sentence here. Just try to apply the punctuation mark. Like which punctuation mark you can apply over here. Here is the sentence. Like playing with my friend Sandy, Sunny, and Sunny. So how can you apply the punctuation mark? Okay. Looking my friend Sandy, Sunny, Sunny. Fine. That's true. Looking इसको छोड़ दो punctuation वाले का आंसर दो. Looking my friend Sandy, Sunny, Sunny. Yes, Abdullah Nahan is right answer. Kind of right, the Harpit Shal as well, but of course, and even you can apply a colon over here because if there's a list, you can apply a colon. It's family right. This one is right. More of the page designs. Same. Next one. The rules for applying the column, apply column over here. Column rules are to separate title from subtitle, to explain a subject, describe a situation before a definition, create a list of items. So it does not have anything to apply over here. We call it. Tanasa to Ila Rahal is a nice guy. That's right. The sentence. Vishal Thakur, right? Amandeep Rahal is a nice guy. It's right. I hate playing with my game version. मुझे क्या लिख रहे हैं? hate playing with Anna, yes. Islam's right answer. Perfect. That's true. Very good. I think it's now clear to you that six of the tenses we have completed so far, all three of the indefinites and three of the continuous. Right? Present indefinite, past indefinite, future indefinite, present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous. So with this, I think your two of the set which are completed now. Your perfect and perfect continuous is so that you can see will completed, and we'll start with the few of the modals as can, could, may, might, should have something like that. In the meantime, you can do practice on this, right? Very good class I'm seeing, very good progress over here. So I hope that you will do very good into the exams and of course uh, into practical exams. Uh, Whatever you're doing, I'm saying that your class is very good. You are doing perfectly, but I'm seeing the improvement here as well. So I hope you would do good into your papers because these the grammar things we call this is the base. Once you know this thing, so you can easily write down whatever into the drafts, into the practical drafts of course, and of course into the exams, the questions, whichever it will be asked in class. So perfectly fine, and that's all. That's all from my side. If you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, you can do the practice on it. I took already attendance of yours. If anybody is left from your attendance, you can tell me. Anybody whose attendance is left, you can tell me. Otherwise, from my side, it's done. The notes are in your Google Classroom. You can have it from there. Recorded lecture. I'm just going to stop this thing. So whosoever will receive that recording, please send me on my email ID, that is rakesh.kumar@ggi.ac.in. If you will receive that, please write down.
Sir, please send me and all.
Rakesh Singh, A&R.
Excuse me, sir.
हाँ जी बेटा, रकूबुल इस्लाम.
I am not able to find the English class in Google Classroom.
Do you have you yes, you have enrolled with the Gmail ID, that is GGI 2020-625. So where you did not find the notes, have you gone to the Google Classroom
Yes,
classwork?
sir.
Google Classroom, have you been to the Google Classroom classwork?
Yes, sir. But
So
I am
what
not
did you,
able to find English class from the Google Classroom.
so how did you join this one? With the link?
With the link from the WhatsApp group.
Okay, just hold on. Just write down your email ID in the chat box. So I'm going to send you invite. Before that, let me stop the
Okay.
recording.
Excuse me, sir.